Hi, welcome to my channel, and today we're building the penthouse apartment in a gigantic apartment. If you haven't seen the rest of the build, like all the amenities that are in it, the 5 flats that are below, then you can go and watch my previous video and that will show you me furnishing all of that. It was just getting far too long to have in one video, so we had to split it up into 2. Also, this means I get to talk a bit more about the penthouse, which I'm happy to because I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I really like the whole style of it. It's very my style, like my kind of modern vibes kind of thing. And the thing is, I don't think I'd ever actually live in a house like that in real life, but in The Sims, I just love building it. It's my favorite thing to build. Don't know why. It's not the kind of house that is my actual style. Like in real life, I really like a very cluttered house, very well lived in, that kind of thing. But in The Sims, this is just what I want. I think it's partially because there's so many options. Not so much for like artwork. I do think we need more modern artwork and things, but there's a lot of options for like the clutter, a lot of the furniture and things like that. So it's yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. So at the moment I'm working on the kitchen, and like I said in the previous video, I wanted the penthouse kitchen to be entirely different to every other kitchen in the building, because I wanted it to kind of give off the vibe that, you know, this person customized it to exactly what they wanted it to be. Like they are the ones that bought it, even though like it's still rented. Maybe it's like they have some more sway because it's the penthouse, or maybe just that like the person that owns the whole building wanted the penthouse to be like, yeah, it's special. So yeah, I ended up using the home chef hustle kit and using their built-in cabinets because I really like how they look together in like that it looks built in. Like I really enjoy that cabinetry style. I think it's really cool. Yeah, it just turned out really nice, I think. Anyway, this whole build has a very black and white theme, which is entirely on brand for me. Like all of the bedrooms are like black and white. One in particular is like pure white, but only with like splashes of green from the plants, which I really ended up liking. But yeah, I really like how this turned out, and I'm also really proud that I was able to get a kid's bedroom in here that actually looks like it belongs, because like I was saying again in the previous video, I wanted all the kids' bedrooms to look like they were on theme, so like they don't look too drastically different to the rest of the house, because sometimes with the objects in this game it can be quite difficult to get like a tasteful kid's bedroom, because the stuff is so vibrant and so like over the top, which I understand, like that's what kids like, and like in real life it's fine, it doesn't really matter. But I think considering you're often playing from like a top-down perspective, or at least like you can see more than one room at one time, it's kind of distracting when one room is just so glaringly different from all the others. So I still wanted it to look like it still actually belonged in this house, and I think I did a really good job. Like I don't think it's too massively different, even though it's the only room that's like got an actual color theme going on that's not just black and white, it's just pastel pink. But I think because it is so pastel that it really doesn't like distract too much from the rest of the house, and it doesn't look so unbearably different. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that came out. I also was really pleased to get an opportunity to use the Modern Luck stuff, because I just adore that pack. I've said before, it is absolutely my kind of pack, and I think I have a whole room with like literally everything that comes in the pack. I think the only thing I didn't use was like one of the bookshelves, I think, and the record player, but even then it was just about everything else, because yeah, I just find it as such a good pack. And also it does blend quite well with the vintage glamour stuff, so I thought that even though yeah, they're two completely different packs, their vibes are similar enough that it's like, oh yeah, it's perfectly fine that these two are in the same building, and like they still look like they came from the same kind of like place of inspiration, like maybe they bought them at the same shop kind of thing. I don't know, I really do like how the penthouse came out, and I'm really proud of how it came out, like more than all the other floors. I think, don't get me wrong, I do like the other floors, but this is the one I'm most happy with, probably just because I enjoy doing a modern build more than any other style of build. build. I don't even know why, because yeah, like I said, it's not my personal style, but just building it is just so fun for me. I love just doing a black and white thing. The second most fun thing for me is actually cottagecore, which is also so far in the other direction, but like I just love a cutesy cozy little tiny cottage. I love building stuff like that. Like, and not to spoil things that are coming up, but there is probably going to be a video like that fairly soon. Not like a cottage, just because I've already done one of those recently, but like maybe a woodsy cabin kind of thing. Like that is coming up because we're officially in winter now. It's currently 4 degrees Celsius, which I think is like 34, 35 for the Americans, and it's very, very cold. It's supposed to get down to -2, so I'm not looking forward to that at all. I know I was literally talking in one of my videos about how I was ready for it to be cold. I was wrong. I always say that because I'm not cold at the time, like I'm too hot, and I'm like, I just can't imagine ever being cold ever again. But now I'm cold and I'm like, damn, I miss the hot. But at least I can like get warmer, because that's the one thing, is like I can't make myself any cooler at a certain point, right? Like you can only get so cool, but I can always put more layers on if I'm too cold. Like I can always, you know, throw on another sweatshirt, put my shoes on or like socks on or something. Like I can do a lot more, so that's why I prefer it. Anyway, getting entirely off track, this is that all white bedroom I was telling you about with just the splashes of green. So I thought this would probably be like either a guest bedroom or a teen's bedroom, especially because it's really hard for the Sims to get into the other side of the bed. Like they can scoot to get into the bed, but it causes problems when they want to get up in the morning if they're sharing a bed. Like I always find that one of them will get glitched out of the bed if the other one wants to get out of the bed, so it wakes up both of them, even though it should only be like a one-person job. So yeah, it's a bit annoying in that way, but I don't know how else to fit a double bed in there, and I didn't want another single bed, so yeah, I went with the double bed, and I think aesthetically it makes sense, so I'm glad that I chose to do that. But yeah, I'm working on the balconies as far as I can see, and some of these balconies don't really make sense because they're backed onto like bedrooms and stuff. Some of them do, where it's like, oh yeah, this goes onto the living room, but sometimes, like I think one of the teenagers has like a private balcony, and I'm like the very, very, very lucky kid. But yeah, I figured that the family would probably just be traipsing through their room to get out there, so maybe it's a bit unfair for the teenager. But either way, I tried to make all of the balconies different and independent from one another so that they all have their own vibe, so it looks like different people furnished it, just because that is the most likely part that you would furnish yourself, is like the balcony furniture, even if all the indoor furniture was like already supplied by the company or whatever. But I wanted it to be different. I also ended up making the top balcony 2 separate ones, so there's one purely for the living room and one purely for the bedroom. I think this is probably going to be considered the primary bedroom just because it does have its own balcony, but maybe the other one is, because that one has an ensuite and this one doesn't, so not really sure which one is which. But we are coming towards the end of this speed build here, so what we're going to do now is we're going to jump back in game, and I'm going to give you a proper tour of the whole thing. I also cut out kind of some of like the landscaping and some more cluttered details, because so much of the details are like exactly the same over and over and over again. Like we have a lot of the same bathrooms, a lot of the kitchen clutter is all exactly the same, and yeah, so it's just a lot of like putting the same thing over and over and over again, so I didn't think anyone would really want to watch that, so yeah, I just ended up cutting that all out. But with all that being said, let us jump back into game. Alright, so here we are back in game. As you can see, we have a little bit more landscaping going on now and things. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So we will start with the ground floor. So this is where all the amenities were, like I was saying. So we just have a small, like, public kind of bathroom. I say public, it is still fairly private because it's like inside, but I figured a place like this probably would offer up their amenities to the public anyway, though I don't think that's how it will work in The Sims. Like I don't think people will come inside and use it. It'll only be the people in the building. But anyway, here is our little gym. Very nice. And we have our yoga studio just here, and here's the sauna and little massage table, and I made this little beauty room here because I thought I wanted it to kind of be like not just nails. Obviously that's, I'm pretty sure, all you can actually get done in this chair, and maybe hand massages, but I wanted it to imply that you could also get like makeup and stuff. So I added like the hair dryer and I added like the makeup and stuff, so I'm hoping that it at least like tells that storyline. If we go upstairs, we have 3 apartments. So we have this one down here, which is, yeah, one of the single bed ones. It's just 1 single bed, 1 bathroom, and a like small kitchen, living, dining room, like all combined in one. Then we have this other small one, but this one is lucky enough that it gets its own private balcony, and it's not in the bedroom, it's actually in the living room. So very lucky them, because that is not guaranteed in this building, far from it in fact. But yeah, as you can see, like all of these kitchens are exactly the same. Like they've got the same appliances, same cabinets, same clutter, like literally same everything. And then over here we have like the more family apartment. So again, same kitchen. Then we have like the primary bedroom here with its own ensuite. Then we have the main bathroom here. Then we have a teenager's room and a kid's room. At least that's what I had in my mind. Obviously, like you can change this fairly easily and stuff, but yeah, that was the story I was going for, was that, yeah, this was a kid's room and teenager's room. And then, yeah, they have their own balcony, but it is through the teenager's room, so sorry to them. Next, going up, we have 2 apartments here, and these are the industrial ones. So we have I don't think either one of these could be really considered the primary bedroom because they're both so similar. Because we have this one here with its own ensuite. Then we have this one over here with its own ensuite, but also with a private balcony. So I imagine this one would be considered the primary bedroom, even though the other one is technically bigger. And it also has its own ensuite, with the main kitchen just being here, also with a shared living kitchen kind of space. Then we have a more family orientated one, which has the primary bedroom here with its own ensuite. And then we have, you know, the living room with the kitchen. And for this one, I didn't want a table. I did want to use just the bar because I thought it like fit the vibes like better, basically. And I thought this could either be like a guest room or a teen's bedroom, but again, it means that you have a teen's bedroom right onto the balcony, so not necessarily ideal, but it does also come with its own ensuite. Then we have this kids room, which I'm really pleased with because I think it's a lot of fun, but like I was saying before, I didn't want it to like stick out, and I don't think it's too drastically different from like the rest of the build. And then finally, yeah, don't mind that sim. She's just a little tester sim I had to play test. Everything does work. And yeah, so this is the penthouse. So we have a bedroom here. This could be considered the primary bedroom because it has its own ensuite. But the other bedroom over here doesn't have its own ensuite, but does have its own private balcony. So not sure which one of these technically counts as the primary, but you know, whichever one is fine. They're both beautiful rooms. Then we have the kids' bedroom here, which I'm really... sorry about the camera whipping around. It's because I'm so high up. It makes the tab camera not so great, but I'm trying to show you everything. But yeah, we have the kids' bedroom here, which I'm really pleased with because I just think it blends in with the house so well. Like if you look at it, it's not so eye-catching and so eye-grabbing in a like way that just, it really irritates me in all my other houses. So I'm really glad that I nailed it with this one. Then we have a full built-in kitchen and a nice dining area, so they get a bar and a dining area, which I think is really fancy. I also gave this whole flat custom lighting, so everybody else you see literally just has like the spotlights and like a few lamps around, but I made it so that yeah, every room has at least one different light except for like the bathrooms, because it's a bathroom, that's just not that important. Then we have this bedroom over here, which again could be like a teen's bedroom. This is slightly different to the footage that you would have seen, just because when I was playtesting it, having the dressing table on the wall facing the bed meant that it was too big. They couldn't get into the bed. I don't know why. There was definitely enough space, but apparently there wasn't. So I switched it around and I've checked this definitely works. So yeah. And then finally we have like this formal entertaining space, which has a lovely little bar, a nice seating area, its own bathroom. And yeah, I just think it came out really, really nice. So I'm really proud of this. And yeah, it's up on the gallery now if you are interested. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!